Hi, Miss Mary Beth here, and welcome to the Bunny Love Storytime. I'm so glad you came today. Let's get started because we're going to read some books about bunnies. We're going to do some rhymes about bunnies and make a really, one of my favorite crafts ever, a bunny hat. Okay. All right, let's get started with our Hello Everybody song, but in keeping with our theme, I'm going to change it around a little bit, and instead of Hello Everybody, we're going to sing Hello Every Bunny. Okay. You ready? Well, hello everybody, and how are you? How are you? How are you? Well, hello everybody, and how are you? How are you today? Clap your paws, very nice. I'm gonna make bunny puns the whole video. All right, our first book I chose because it's about bunnies trying to get in from the cold, and I thought it was a really good idea to read about a bunnies in the cold. It's called Tippy Tippy Hide by Candace Fleming and G. Brian Karras, and we're reading it with their thanks from Athenian Books for Young Readers. Winter was coming and Mr. McGreely was getting ready. Down went his hammock, up went his storm windows. Out went his snow shovel, in went his garden hose. Then Mr. McGreely flopped under his easy chair, flipped up his footrest, and opened his book. Ah, he sighed. Time to snuggle in for winter, but, I don't know if you can see, there's three little somebodies right in the background. Tippy tippy, pat, knocka knocka knocka. Oh no, said Mr. McGreely when he saw three little bunnies begging on his doorstep. I shared my carrots with you, but I'm not sharing my house. Now hop off. Scram, shoot, bam! And he slammed the door. That night, a chill wind blew. Then, tippy tippy wiggle, through the mail slot, tippy jiggle, three little bunnies cozy inside. Now, tippy tippy hide! The next morning, Mr. McGreely reached for a banana, but all he found was tail fluff. Somebody's been in my fruit, he cried. So he searched high and low, but the bunnies were nowhere to be found. Those pesky pufftails, fumed Mr. McGreely. They got in one time, but they won't get in twice, you think. And tap tap, he nailed the mail slot shut. That night, an icy rain prickled down. Then tippy 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 jump, down the chimney, tippy bump. Three little bunnies cozy inside. Now, tippy 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 hide. The next morning, Mr. McGreely flopped into his easy chair, but instead of a puffy pillow, all he found was a sooty paw print. Somebody's been in my chair, he hollered. Those naughty wiggle noses, seethed Mr. McGreely. They got in 2 times, but they won't get in 3. And shove, stuff, puff, he plugged the chimney up. That night, a thick snow fell. Tippy 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 dangle, through the window, tippy tangle. 3 little bunnies cozy inside. Now, tippy 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 hide. Uh-oh, one's going under the sink. You see his little tail? All right. The next morning, Mr. McGreely pulled back his shower curtain, but instead of shampoo and a loofah, he found no smudges. Somebody's been in my tub, he bellowed. So he searched above and below, here and there, high and low, but the bunnies were nowhere to be found. Those infuriating flop ears, flared Mr. McGreely. They got in 3 times, but they won't get in 4. And hammer bam, smack slam, he boarded up all the windows. What do you think, they're gonna get in again? Let's find out. That night, the wind howled and the temperature dropped. Down, down, down. Then, tippy tip tippy, heap, turn the doorknob, tippy creep. 3 little bunnies cozy inside. Now, tippy tippy tippy, hide! The next morning, Mr. McGreely opened his eyes, but instead of his teddy bear next to him, all he found was bunny drops. Somebody's been in my bed, he yelled. So he searched over and under, above and below, here and there, high and low, but the bunnies were nowhere to be found. "Blast those wily twitch whiskers," raged Mr. McGreely. "I'll show them. They got in 4 times, but they absolutely, positively won't get in 5. And smix, mix, slap, smear, stack, he bricked in both his doors. Only Super Bunny could get through that," declared Mr. McGreely. Then, tired but triumphant, he flopped into his easy chair, flipped up his footrest, and opened his book. "Ah," he sighed, "no more bunnies." And he snuggled in to wait winter out. The bunnies are outside. At last one morning, Mr. McGreely sniffed the air and declared, "Spring has sprung." So he closed his book, climbed out of his easy chair, and peeked between the cracks of his boarded up windows. He saw tiny new leaves, tender young shoots, fresh green sprouts, and bunnies! Mr. McGreely pushed and rammed, pounded and bammed, pulled and kicked and shook and slammed. But he couldn't get out of his house. Tippy, 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 smash! Muncha, muncha, muncha. That's a great story. Now, one of the things I want to point out about this book was I've heard a reading specialist say that children learn more new words through reading than in common conversation. And this book is a great example of that because words like seethed, dangled, infuriating, wily are written right in the book. And children, through reading it, can understand the meaning of the words they've never heard before through the book. So reading does introduce kids to more new words than they use in common conversation, because I certainly don't use dangle a lot, but I know what it means. All right, let's go on to our rhyme. And for this, I hope you have your hands with you, because this is called, here is a bunny, and this hand is going to be your bunny, and this hand is going to be the hole where the bunny hides. So let's keep your pointer and your middle finger straight up and make a loop, and that's your bunny. And make this finger a hole. All right, so you ready? Here is a bunny with ears so funny, and here is a hole in the ground. At the first sound she hears, she pricks up her ears and jumps in her hole in the ground. Want to do that again? Let's do it again. Remember, make your bunny, ears up, here's your little bunny head. Here is a bunny with ears so funny, and here is a hole in the ground. At the first sound she hears, she pricks up her ears and jumps in her hole in the ground. I like that, the finger plays you can do anywhere. All right. Our next book, The Wonderful Habits of Rabbits. It is written by Douglas Florian and read with the permission of Little Bee Books. Lots of rhyming sounds in this book. The habits of rabbits are many, not few, with plenty of things that they love to do. There's waking up early to see the sun rise, and yawning at dawn while rubbing your eyes. There's leaping and creeping and digging up holes. There's frightening frogs and discovering moles. In spring, there's smelling the fragrance of flowers. In summer, there's swimming and lazing for hours. There's playing with leaves when the autumn winds blow. In the winter, there's building a rabbit of snow. Of course, there's hearing with great rabbit ears and finding lost things that were buried for years. Look, somebody found a recorder and a bone. Ooh. There's hitching a ride on the back of your pup. One thing is for sure, he has the best hop. There's racing your cousin and sister and brother, and when you get home, there's hugging your mother. There's chewing a carrot and biting a beet, and when there's music, there's thumping your feet. But as the sun sets, then there's going to bed, stretching your arms and scratching your head. One habit of rabbit that's not to be missed. is saying goodnight with a hug and a kiss. That story. And my rabbit friend here is going to do a rhyme with us. Now for grown-ups, this is it's a lap bounce rhyme, so you can do this with your little one watching on your lap. This is called the bunny hop bounce. So, and we sing it to Row, Row, Row Your Boat. That's our melody. We're just going to put different words to it. So we'll do it twice, just so you kind of get the knack of it. Hop, hop, hop along, bounce upon a knee, faster, slower, higher, lower, bunny hop with me. It's that simple. Let's do it again, shall we? Okay. Hop, hop, hop along, bounce upon a knee, faster, slower, higher, lower, bunny hop with me. Ooh, he's so cute. I love bunnies. All right. Now we're going to make our craft with our bunny hat. So let's get started with that. You sit over here, my friend. Okay. These are all the parts you need are in your kit. This is the basis for your hat. You'll have 2 ears inset, a heart for a nose, and you provide your own crayon and a glue stick. So very simple. We're going to start by gluing the pink insert onto the ears. I think you need to glue yours down a little bit better than I'm doing it, but you kind of get the idea. Then we're going to take our ears and glue them on a bit of an angle on your hat. Whoops. Now your heart actually is, if you put it upside down, a nose. Who'd have guessed? Now to add, you need to finish your bunny's face. So we're going to make some bunny eyes and some bunny whiskers from the nose. And bunny teeth. Now the last thing to do is to fit the hat to your child's head. Kind of line up the back evenly. Now you can either glue stick it once it's glue sticked, or it's stapled, or whatever you want to do. You can add a little cotton ball, and voila, you have the cutest little bunny hat you've ever seen. All right. And thank you very much for listening. I hope you had fun, and we'll see you next time.